Flack math! Give me some math and I'll give you some flack. Flack math!
Okay, so number one, you guys ready?
Yep.
So here's the deal. When you guys have a question, raise your hand high, and then I'm gonna have you come up with your mask on to ask me because it's hard to hear when you're so far away, okay? But if I don't see any hands go up, then I will assume that you guys are good with these questions and we'll move on, okay? I see all of you now. Hi. All right, so let's start with number one. On the day of the big game, 1,577 fans awaited for buses to the stadium. If each bus could hold 96 fans, those are big buses. How many buses were needed to take all the fans to the stadium? So what do? We divide. So let's divide 96. Oops, that was a little curly 6. 96 into 1,577. So remember, dirty monkeys smell bad. Divide. How many times does 96 go in 157? Only one time. Then multiply. 1 times 96 is 96. Subtract. So we get 61. And then bring down the next digit, 7. Let's see, that goes in, I think, about 5 times. No, maybe 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 54, 57. Okay, so we're going to have any remainder. So you don't even have to subtract this. You just, if you have a remainder, then you know that you need one more bus, right? So 16 plus 1 is 17 buses. Okay? So, I mean, you can subtract anyway. Just make sure that remainder is less than your divisor. Otherwise, you could have put in another 96. But that's it. So just divide. And if you have any remainder, you need one more bus. Okay? Yes, question.
If we turned in our
Oh, yeah.
by Thursday, do you get 10 points?
So last Thursday, you get 10 points. Yep. If you have it done today and you didn't get it done on Thursday, then I'll still give you 5 points. Anybody have it done today? Is that you, Henry?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna just switch over real quick. You won't see that, but I'm gonna switch over real quick to Schoology to get that, to give you credit on that. 1 second here, 1 second, 1 second. 1 second on there. Anyone else have their practice test done today?
I'll get it done today.
Yeah, so you can do it right now with me and you'll still get the full credit. You just won't get extra credit, and that's fine. Just next time when you're offered 10 points extra credit, like a letter grade on your test, do it.
Wait, does the extra credit go on a practice test go towards the real test?
It goes on both. It gives you 10 points to the practice test and 10 points on top of your test grade. So next time, do it and you're cool. Okay, so Henry, you got 5 points. Well done. Anyone else? Nobody?
No.
Okay. All right, next, number 2. Can you guys still see the screen?
No.
Yes or no? Thumbs up? Okay.
Yeah.
High school English teacher returned graded essays, 8 students in the sophomore English class. The students have the following grades. What? Okay, 8 test grades, good. Find the range, mode, median, and mean. So first step, always the first step is what? Guys know? I couldn't hear anything, but I'm going to put them in order. Maybe that's what you said. Maybe it's not. And I'm just, okay, so 55, what, there's a couple 50, oh, there's a 40 first, right? Is there anything below 40? These are not good test grades. Hopefully they're not out of 100. So 40, 55, 55. What else? Oh, another 55. So there's 3 55s. I'm guessing that's going to be our mode, right? Because the mode is what appears most often. What's after 55? Looks like a 59, 65. What am I missing? 59, 6, oh, 2 65s and a 70. All right, so 59, 65, and 70. All right, cool, cool. All right, so now we can find the range. Remember, the range is the biggest number minus the smallest number. So this, I mean, that's why it's nice to put it in order. So the range is 30, right?
Yes.
Okay, the mode or the median is just the number in the middle. But what if you have two numbers in the middle? If you have two numbers in the middle, what do?
Put them
Yeah.
together.
So you can't put them together. There's only one median. So what you have to do is find the average of the two in the middle. So basically the average of two numbers is just halfway between it. So it's just 57. That's nice, right? So if you have if there's an even number of numbers, you're not going to have a number in the middle. So if there's two numbers in the middle, find the one that's halfway between those two numbers. Okay. What if the numbers were 55 and 56 in the middle? What's halfway between that?
55.
55 and 56. So halfway between would just be 55 and a half or 55.5, right?
Not that.
I know if it was 55 and 56, but it's 55 and 59. So halfway between 55 and 59 is 57. All right, the mode is 55 because that's the number that appears the most or most often, MO. Now the mean is the meanest thing I could ask you to do. And that's finding the average of these 8 big numbers. So you have to add them all up, sum, and then divide by 8. Okay. So you guys know how to add, so I'm not going to do that. I am going to just cheat here and look at the solutions.
Whoa.
Yep. You can judge me if you want. Just want to make sure we get through all of our stuff today.
Right.
I funded that operation.
Hey, just tell me. You know, music is quite genuinely a gymnasium for the mind.
Thanks for sharing. It's quite
Yeah.
simply not quite whatever you
I
said.
don't know why I said you.
Okay, one sec. I'm just checking here. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Yeah, so that is,
Oh, yeah.
let's see. 9. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So the mean is 464 divided by 8, which is exactly 58. Okay. So you get 464 divided by 8, which equals 58. And then just check to make sure that makes sense. Yeah, 58 looks like it would be the mean, where they all, they're kind of the same average to the same difference to there. Yeah, that works. Okay, everyone good with number 2? Do not skip number 2. Do you know why? Because this is worth 4 points. So if you say, oh, I don't know how to do that, I don't know how to do that, then that's not very smart. Don't do that. Be smart. Do this. Range, just subtract the biggest number minus the smallest number. Median, find the number in the middle. If there's 2, find halfway between those 2. Mode, the one that appears most often. And mean, add them up, divide by the number of numbers. Yes, Nathan.
Whenever it happens, that one, I can never fit it all in the square.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. You can just do another piece of paper and put it on there if you want. That's fine.
Again.
Okay, number 3, Adrian averaged 21 points per game. with the two rates, write the two rates. Okay, so here's what the two rates look like. So I'm gonna pick another color so we can be fancy. All right, 21 points per game, 21 points per game. So there's one rate per one game, right? Or we could say one game per 21 points. Right? So those are the two rates. How many points would she score if she played 25 games? What do you do?
21.
Yeah, multiply 21 because if she keeps this same rate, she's going to score 21 points every single game times 25. So that's going to be what is it? 521. Is that what you guys got?
Yeah.
So 21 times 25 equals 521 or 525 games. All right. Any questions with that? You guys good?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Number 4. What number is 4/15 of 49? How do you say of in math? Multiplication. Yeah. So let's do that. 4/15 of 49. How do you write a whole number as a fraction?
Over 1.
Put it over 1. Okay. All right. Well, this, you just got to multiply it out. What is that? 196 over 15. And guess what? You're done. That's it. That's all you need to do. If you want to change it to a mixed number, you can. What is that? 13. I think 13 and something. What do you got? What'd you guys get? 13. So
I don't know. It's
13 and 1/15 or something. Let me just check the solution. Yeah, they just left it as an improper fraction. That's fine. 196 over 15 is fine, okay? You guys good?
Yeah.
All right. So remember, of means multiply. Write that down. Okay.
I already did this all.
I already need to do it.
I'm not sure what you're saying. I don't know if it's important or not. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to convert to improper to mixed numbers. So all we're doing is dividing and writing the remainder as a fraction. So 22 divided by 9. Top number goes on the inside of the box. Bottom number goes on the outside. Goes in 2 times with 4 left over. So this is just 2 4/9. That's not bad, right?
No, not at all.
Let's see if we can do the next one in our head. How many times does 8 go into 15?
0.
What goes in 1 time, but then how many is left over?
7.
7. Okay, so 1 time, 7 left over, so 1 7/8. Good. All right, number C. That's right, I said number C. So 8 goes into 14. Did I copy that problem down right? Looks right. So it goes down in 1 time with 6 left over. So is your answer 1 6/8?
Oh,
Yep.
That's the right answer. It's just not reduced. So 1 3/4, correct?
oh.
Is that what you got?
Yeah.
You say let's go?
Yeah.
All right. I like it. So if you
Yeah.
just say 1 6/8 and not 1 3/4, I'm going to take half off. So don't make me do that. I don't like doing that, you know, but it's my job. I have to take half off of things. All right. Ready for the next one?
Yeah. Oh.
All right, list all prime numbers between 62 and 67. So here's which ones you have to consider. No even numbers are prime numbers, right? Questions, Abe? Are you just scooting up? Okay, good.
No.
So you just have to consider the odd numbers, right? So if I listed all the odd numbers and then just took away what I didn't want, then that's fine. We're not done yet. So we can still just list all the odd numbers and then see which ones are not prime. 75 between, so 77, I'm not going to include that. So here's what we can do now. We can just start crossing off ones that we know that numbers go into. Does anything go into 63?
9.
Yeah, 9 times 7. So that's not prime. What about 65? Well, it ends in 5, so 5 goes into it. What about 67?
No, nothing.
Nope. So I'm going to circle that sucker. What about 69? What goes into 69? 3, because 6 plus 9 is 15. So that's off the table. 71 is prime. 73 is prime. 75 ends in 5. So it's just these 3 numbers. Can you guys handle that?
Yeah.
All right. Number 7. Find all the multiples of 8 that are greater than 30 and less than 60. Okay. Well, you could just list all the multiples of 8 if you forgot. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, and then 64. And then just circle this right here, between 30 and 60. Here's the multiples of 8 that are in between 30 and 60. That's easy, right? Xavier, do we need to call the nurse or something? Having some twitches?
At this school.
No, but I just wanted to sound cool. Okay, so everyone clear on this? Multiples, don't confuse multiples with factors. Factors are what goes into a number. Multiples are what numbers go into. Opposite, okay? Number 8, add. All right, I'm going to add vertically because that's how you add fractions. 6 1/2 plus 6 3/4 plus 6 1/3. Okay, what do you need first before you can add fractions?
Whole numbers.
Whole numbers?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Well, that'd be nice, and then we wouldn't have to add fractions, but we need a common denominator, right? So what's the common denominator of 2, 4, and 3? What number do 2, 4, and 3 all go into?
12.
12. All right. So we're going to rewrite these fractions with 12 as the denominator, but we have to figure out what our new numerators are. So how do you figure that out? Golden rule. Remember, whatever you multiply by the bottom, you have to multiply by the top. So 2 times 6 is 12. So 1 times 6 is 6. 4 times 3 is 12. So 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. So 1 times 4 is 4. And then we can add, we get 15. So 19 twelfths. What's wrong with 19 twelfths? Improper fraction. And so we need it as a mixed number. So can you guys do that in your head? How many times does 12 go into 19? 1 time with how much left over? 7. So this is 1 7/12, right? So what do we do with this 1? We carry it. It's a whole number. So what is that? 19. So we get 19 here and then 7/12. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you can't say 18 and 19/12. You're not wrong. You just sound silly. It's not 18. That's a right answer, 18 and 19/12. But I mean, you got to talk gooder than that. All right.
19 3/4.
19 3/4. Well, no, that doesn't reduce to 3/4.
No, 9 3/4. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Harry Potter. Movie 1.
I didn't understand it. Sorry. Thank you for sitting close, but apparently it's not helping much. All right, number 9, subtract. Okay, I can do that. Let's subtract. let's subtract vertically, because that's how any sane person subtracts fractions. 7 5/8 minus 6 1/4. What do you need first before you can subtract? What do you need first? Com denom.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, so 4 goes into 8 2 times, so times 2 times 2. And now we can subtract this. We don't have to borrow or anything. 5 minus 2 is 3/8. 7 minus 6 is 1. Boom, you're done. That's not bad, right? Can you guys handle number 9?
Yeah.
It gets tricky when you have to borrow, and we'll do that in number 11. Well, let's wait until we get there. Number 10, we're going to add again. So same kind of thing, what we did last on the problem above it. So 4 1/2 plus 3 5/8 plus 2 7/12. What do all these go into? 2, 8, and 12. What do they all go into? 24. Okay, so 2 times 12 is 24, so 1 times 12 is 12. 8 times 3, so 5 times 3 is 15. Uh-oh, it's getting scrunchy. 12 times 2, so 7 times 2 is 14. Add them up, and I get 29 plus 12 is 41 24ths. Uh-oh, can't have an improper fraction. So what do? Change it. How many times it go in with how many left over? There's 17. So 41 24ths is just 1 and 17 24ths. So this 1 gets carried over. And then the 17 24ths is our fractional part of our answer. So 17 24ths can go down here. 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 2 is 9, plus that one more that we carried over was 10. Does that feel okay? That was the same problem as number 8. We can do that. All right, moving on to 11. So we're subtracting 9 2/3 minus 4 3/5. Okay. Common denominator. What's the common denominator of 3 and 5?
15.
15. All right. So how do you change each of these?
5 3.
So this is times 5. So this times 5 is 10. Times 3 times 3. Oh, we didn't have to borrow in this one either. How boring. Okay, 10 minus 9 is 1/15. 9 minus 4 is 5. Doable?
Yes.
Good? All right, good job. Number 11, simplify. So we have to follow the order of operations. Don't mess it up. So here's what I do. Here, I'm going to even just go right on the test here. I'm going to underline what I'm going to do first. I'm going to underline the 4 times 3 and the 5 times 4. Everything else I'm going to write normally. So 4 times 3 is 12, 5 times 4 is 20. So that's the only math I'm going to do right now. Everything else I'm going to copy down. So 36 minus 12 plus 20. And then I'm going to go left to right. 36 minus 12. What's 36 minus 12? 24 plus 20. So if you added before, that was 32. And then you would get 36 minus 32, which is 4, which is the wrong answer. So make sure you go left to right. Write that down if you need to. I just wrote it on the wrong thing. Sorry. Left to right. Left to right. Can you guys handle that? All right. Let me see if I can pull that up there. Okay,
I don't like it.
all right, moving on to number 13. We're dividing. How do you divide by decimals?
Five, I guess, was you make the first decimal number. And you
Yes,
one in the middle of the same amount that you moved one out.
that's right. The short answer is, how do you divide by decimals, Xavier?
No,
You
You
don't.
don't. That's right. So you have to change it to a whole number first. However you change the divisor, you have to change the dividend. So move the decimal over 2 places and then forget about it. You're done with the decimal. Now just divide normally. Well, we can do that.
Divide normally.
Normally. Yes, divide normally. 8 goes into 12 one time. Subtract. Bring down the 9. 8 goes into 49 6 times. 6 times 8 is 48. Subtract. Bring down the 6. 8 goes into 16 2 times. So here's your answer, 16.2 or 16 2/10. Does that make sense? You guys good with that?
Oh.
All right, good job. Moving on to number 14. Subtracting 4/5 minus 1/3. I don't know the order of this, but it just seems silly because we did more advanced problems with this higher up on the test. But what's the common denominator of 5 and 3?
2.
15. So 5 times 3 is 15. So 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. So 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract 12 minus 5 is 7/15. Yes. Can you guys handle those?
Yeah.
All right. Xavier, how do you divide fractions?
You don't.
You don't. You copy dot flop. So when you see a division, you just copy dot flop. Okay, you copy the left fraction, you dot the division, and you flop the second fraction. Okay, so let's rewrite this. Let's rewrite it like this: 10/20 times.
I'll get it before you do.
Okay, probably because you don't have to wait for your computer. 5/2 dot 46. All right, then I'm going to take my nice red pen because I get to kill fractions now. I'm going to start reducing. So what can I reduce? You have so many options to reduce with. What's the first thing that you see that we can reduce? Anybody?
2 and 4.
2 and 4 is like, yeah, 1 and 2. Okay, what else can reduce? Still a lot.
5 and 20.
5 and 20, so that's 1 and 4.
Yes, sir. That's it.
And then look, the 2 and the 4, yeah, the 10 and 4 can do it, or the 2 and 4 here. Look, 1 and 2 again. So you can't use that 4, but that 4 is now a 2, but you can cancel that 2 with something. All right, anything else?
10 and 6.
10 and 6, yep. So take a 2 out of both of those and you get 3 and 5. Anything else? You just got 5 on top. Then you got 2, 1, and 3. I think you're done. So now just multiply across. 5 times 1 times 1 is 5. 2 times 1 times 3 is 6.
So I got it wrong.
All right, do you see what you did wrong, Henry?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right, use 2 unit multipliers to convert 58 inches to yards. You don't have to use unit multipliers, but you're cool if you do. First step to unit multipliers is write the first measurement as a fraction, or just put it over 1. That's how you write a whole number as a fraction. Okay? So now we're going to multiply by a unit multiplier that will cancel this inches. We need to go from inches to yards, but before we can go to yards, we have to go to feet. So we're going to multiply by a unit multiplier that has inches on the bottom and feet on the top. So the top label is where you're heading. The bottom label is where you're coming from. So what equals what? How many feet equals an inch, or how many inches? Or how many inches equals how many feet?
Okay.
Right?
Foot.
1 foot over 12 inches, right? So now we can cancel the inches. But now we're left with feet. We need to go from feet to yards. So we need to cancel that foot label. So we're going away from feet and towards yards. So now there's 3 feet in 1 yard. So now these feet will cancel. So now I'm left with 58 times 1 times 1 times yard. So 58 yards over 12 times 3 is 36. So if you want to do that math, you can do that with the decimal, or let's see, 58 divided by 36 is 1.61. Does it say round or anything? Nope, doesn't say round. That's okay. So you can just say 1.61-ish. Or you can change it to a mixed number. So that's yards. Or you could say 1 and let's see, 22/36 or 11/18. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I learned this in kindergarten.
Congratulations. So if you get this wrong, that'll be really embarrassing for you. All right, let's evaluate this. XY plus X. So X equals 8. So the 8 goes in place of X. And Y equals 3.
38 or 3 times.
Okay, so what happens when you have a letter right next to a letter? What does that mean?
Multiplication.
Multiplication. So 8 times 3, not 83, plus X is 8. So 8. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Right. Now, order of operations. What do you do first?
Please. Parentheses.
Yep, there's no parentheses. So move the next one up is no exponents, but some multiplications next. 24 plus 8, right? What's 24 plus 8?
32.
32. Good job. All right. Can you guys handle this problem?
Yeah.
All right, you're doing great. Find the area. All right, so we have to find this area. So what I'm going to do is I don't know how to find the area of this weird looking thing, but I do know how to find the area of the square, and I do know how to find the area of a rectangle. The square is just base times height, or length times width, right? Or not square, but a rectangle. And then this is a triangle. Did I say square and rectangle? Sorry. So what are the dimensions of this triangle?
Half of the square.
Not half of that, but see how it's 30 from here to here, but the whole way is 45. So how much is just this part right here?
15.
15, that's right. So if this is 30, then this has to be 15. Okay, so this is base times height divided by 2. Remember, that's how you find the area of a triangle. So that's 15. What's the height of the triangle?
24.
24, good. So that's 240 plus 120 is 360. Hey, what's this? This is 24 times 30. That's just 720. So now what do? You found the area of the rectangle and you found the area of the triangle. Now what do?
Write it down.
Write it down. Well, that's not the area of the whole thing. You have to add those together. So 720 plus 360 is 1080. Okay, and what's the units? Oh, it just says units. So how do we put the label? Do we just say units?
No.
No, what do we say? We have to say square units.
Yes, we're just fine.
Or you could put the word units with a little 2 exponent. That's fine too, okay? Any questions with 18?
Um,
Was that an or a no?
No.
Okay.
Austin here.
Austin's here.
Yep.
All right. I'll mark him.
Hey, back.
Are you yeah, so Austin, I'm gonna mark you here. Welcome back. So Austin, if you need to watch this video, you can do that. And just make sure you're all cut up and everything like that. Okay, so you're excused. You're good. All right. Where are we? Right here. Okay, so unit multipliers again. So you're going from centimeters to meters. You can use unit multipliers, but there's a nice little easy shortcut. How many centimeters are in a meter?
1,000.
100. Cent. Remember, cent is 100. 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So the centimeters would cancel, and you're just dividing by 100, right? So that's 3.15. Remember, the shortcut is if you've got your labels, you can write these down if you want. These are your prefixes, and these are your measurements. So if you're going from centimeters to meters, you're going left 2 places, right? So you can take your pen, going from centimeters to meters, bloop, bloop. So that's where you're moving the decimal. 2 to the left, bloop, bloop. Okay, so 3.15 meters. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that was number 19. Number 20, last thing, find the perimeter. So in this shape, they actually give you every single side, but there's a shortcut. You guys remember the shortcut?
Cut it in half.
Well, you could cut it in half, but that's not going to help you with perimeter. It would with area.
You add it all together.
Yeah, but the shortcut is, look, this vertical is 5, so that means these 2 sides have to add up to 5. So I can just ignore that 3 and 2. I mean, you could add them all up. That's one way, 5 plus 3 plus 3. Just don't forget any sides, right? So you add them all up. The shortcut is to just double the 5s and double the 6s, because all the vertical lines, these 2 vertical lines have to add up to 5. So that's 5 plus another 5 total. And then this is 6. These lines have to add up to 6. So it's just 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. Add 10 to that, and that's 22 and yards. That's not bad, right?
No, not at all.
Okay. Good job, guys. Any questions? Any questions on the practice test? Okay, so you will have some time to work again. If you want to try to get 10 points done, we've got a little bit less than 20 minutes. If you want to get 10 problems done, I'll give you extra credit again. Just let Mrs. Felmley know. Is there a hand up back there? Okay. So if you want to do that, you can. Good job on Thursday. You all got free problem sets because Mrs. Felmley said you were awesome. She said, I think she used that word, awesome or amazing. I can't remember what she said. But
There are 3 problems out on the line today.
I'm not going to do that today, but I will give Flack Attack points. Okay. So just be respectful to each other. If you don't want to go for points, that's fine. Just be quiet and have a great working environment. And then I'll ask Mrs. Felmley how you guys did. Okay. Let me say it. If you are awesome for the rest of this period, it's not going to hurt your chances for future free problem sets. Okay. So if you're disrespectful, then obviously that's going to hurt. Okay. You guys good?
Yeah.
All right. Message me on Schoology if you have any more questions, but you guys are good to go. Well done.
Bye, Mr. Flack.
See you later.
Bye-bye. Oh, wait, are you going back on Tuesday?
I am not coming back on Thursday. I'm still in quarantine. So I'm
So
feeling fine, but my family, they are COVID, so I'm trying to isolate myself as much as possible. But I'll be in the clear after Thanksgiving. So have a good Thanksgiving. Eat lots of food, gain lots of weight. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Black math, give me some math and I'll give you some flack.